All right, so let's get into our studio and start doing some of these analyses. So when you open our studio, you should be in that BIO178 Fall 20 project you've created previously. If you're not there already, remember you can go File to Recent Projects, and it should be there for you. So, and I'll reload mine. All right. So you should have already, I'm not going to show this in the video, make sure you put the week 7, what is this? Let's sure you put the week 7 code handout and the data file for this week in your appropriate RStudio folder. So let's say we want to open that code handout just to have it here for reference. Here's all the code that we're going to need for this particular lab. Remember, I always recommend starting a new script file just for your reference. So we'll call this week 7 BIO178 lab. And remember, you want to save that right away. So we'll save it. I think I tell you to call it something different in the lab instructions. I already have a file that's called that, so that's why I'm calling this something different. The important thing is that you save this RScript file. Okay, so the first thing we need to do for this week's lab is install a couple new packages. We're using two packages called Survival and SurvMiner, and those are both needed to do the analysis today. So we want to install packages. We're going to do Survival is one of them. We'll execute that. And then the other package we want to install is SurvMiner. Yes, that's correct. Install that as well. All right, so now both of those packages are installed. What we need to do is give our access to them in this session. So we'll do the survival package, load that, and we will also load the SurvMiner package. Okay. So now that we have those packages installed and loaded, what we'll want to do is read in our data file. And so if we look here, the data file that you should have added into this folder from this week's Canvas page is this survival for bio178.csv file. That's the file with the data we're going to be working with today. So we're going to call this ab data. Ab stands for abalone, and we're going to want to read that CSV file, and we want to make sure header equals true, so it knows we have headers contained within our data, and we'll execute that. And now to make sure that was loaded correctly, we will look at the first 6 lines of that, and then you should see something like this. The data is 2 columns long. The left column is SU time, that's short for survival time in days. So these are the total days that each of these individuals survived. And then on the right-hand column is the farm. And this data set actually isn't that long. So if you wanted to look at the entire thing, you can do that here, where now we see all the data points. There should be 16 data points total, 6 from individuals from the cultured abalone farm, and 10 from Monterey Abalone Company. So that's what all I'm going to cover in this video, is installing the packages, loading them, installing the data, double checking that the data has been loaded correctly, and then in the next video I'll cover subsequent steps of the analyses.